Welcome back guys to another video. In this one we'll be going over color schemes and how we could get nice complementary and contrast colors. This is great for you if you don't know any much about color theory. I recommend you watch video on color theory so you understand what hue, saturation and complementary and contrast means when I use them terms. But this is great for you if you're trying to make a design with a specific color and you want them to look nice and you want them to mesh together. So I've made a template, a template website quickly, which is we'll cover the good aspects of this website quickly first. So you can see it's been aligned well. So the designer aligned the each navigation well and it's aligned in the center. They've also used a nice looking illustration, although the color is not nice looking, but it fits the theme, and they've used correct alignment on the text and nice white space. They've also had a call to action button. But as you may see, the bad thing the designer did here is the color. And let's just look at the nav bar. You can see this dark color and this red are too similar, and there's no contrast. You can't see anything. You can only see dark colors, and then here there's these colors are not complementary. They're nothing to do with each other, and we have a lack of structure, meaning we have a primary color which may be the black, but we've only got one primary color, which isn't bad. But our secondary color, it seems like we've got three secondary colors: the green, the red and the blue, which is worrying because if we have too many second colors, there's going to be too many colors at once, and then it seems like the brown is the accent color. So what we're looking for is 1 to 2 primary colors, 1 to 2 secondary colors, and maybe 2. If this was a big website, we'd have 2 accent colors. But since the only place we can probably add the accents are on the button and maybe the SVG itself. So let's move on to this. I've created a frame here, and this frame, let me just quickly align these to the left. This frame we need a primary color, and we've pretty much got primary color, which is black, but we need to create our colors from one color. So we need to pick one of these colors here, and using one of these colors we need to create a broad amount of colors with different hue, with different darkness and lightness, and with different saturation. So which I'm gonna choose this green here, and it's 551 CAB1. We'll copy CA81, sorry. I'm gonna copy this, put it as my second color for now. It won't be my final secondary color, but put it there for now. And we've got a secondary color for now. And what we need to do is I'm gonna pull up we're gonna call this GIMP. I'm gonna pull up GIMP, and then the reason we're gonna use GIMP is because with GIMP it allows you to choose a color palette, and it allows you to change the saturation and hue of the colors. But well, technically GIMP is just a Photoshop software apart from Photoshop itself, Adobe Photoshop. So it's a free alternative to Adobe Photoshop. But if you have a software that allows you to change the color palettes like this, I'm gonna make this white and make that black, and allows you to mess around with the hue, saturation, and maybe even the exposure if you do want to mess around with that. But that's all we need for this. And what I'm going to do, although I do have it set up, I'm going to create a new canvas. So I'm going to click on file, I'm going to click on new, and I'm going to make it 1000 by 1000, create advanced options, and make sure the background color is white. I'm going to click OK with this, and I'm going to delete the first one quickly. And now we have a black canvas, and we're going to copy and paste this code quickly, this hex code, and we're going to change this white to that hex code, and we can change that with the HTML notation right here. We click OK, and we've got this green. Now I'm going to click on this brush tool, and once we click on this brush tool we can paint anything here, but the purpose of this is not to paint. We want to create strokes, and we want to create the light version and the dark version. So let's create a base green. So this will be a base color, meaning it'll be the color that we make light and dark, and we'll change the hue and saturation. So let's start off making this color lighter. So how we can do that is we can click on the color palette, and you can see if we go towards the left it's lighter, if we go down it's darker. So the goal is to go towards the left and slightly up. So we want to go in a diagonal way. So if we go towards the left and then slightly up, and then what we need to do is change the hue. With this I'm going to change the hue to go downwards. You can change it to go upwards if you want like a lighter blue hue or a lighter red hue. So if I change it to go downwards, you can see we get a brand new color. We click OK, and now next to the first stroke we create this new stroke, and we've got two strokes, and I'm going to repeat this two more times. Two more times. So this was our base color, then we made this one color towards to these three. And why this is cool is now we have this color, and these four colors are actually complementary to this. So if we can put this next to this color, and we know this will be complementary. So what we can do now is get the darker colors from this base color, but we need this color back. And how we can do that quickly is we can get the color picker tool, click on it, and we've got the color. Let's go back on the brush tool, and now we need to make it darker. As I said, to make it darker we need to go towards the bottom, but we'll go on a diagonal so we can get like a different contrast, a different complementary color, if you get me. So we're gonna go down then right, so in a diagonal fashion. So we're gonna go in a diagonal, and then instead of going down this time with the hue slider, we're gonna go up so we can have like a bluey color. So now we're diverting towards more bluey colors, and this is our base color. So I'm gonna do that another 3 more times. So we've got our colours, this blue and purple are fairly close to each other, but it's fine. I'm going to add 2 more colours, and that's going to be, well, I can't really add white on the left because the canvas is white, but I'm going to add pure black just so we can have an idea how pure black would look. We've got pure black on the right, and just pretend there was a white here, which we can't really create because the background's white. So we've created our colors. We can't use all of these colors, but we need to choose from these colors are primary, secondary, and accent. However, we can go one step deeper, and we can actually change up the hue and saturation. Well, the saturation. So we can do this by clicking on the path tool, and we want to get the first third of these colors because we're going to have a lighter hue on the top and the darker hue on the bottom, and then the middle will be our base colors, just like green with our base colors here. So we're gonna first change this back to white. We'll do that, and then click on this. So you click, and then you do shift click, and then shift click, and then another shift click, and then you hold control to pull up these links together. And I'm gonna quickly align it against the black. Now if we do want to drop it down actually a bit, we can drop it down, but if you press enter now it's selected these colors. And what we can do now is go to colors, and we'll go to hue saturation, and what we'll do is increase the hue but decrease the saturation. So let's make this to -20, should be minus, and let's make this saturation of 20, and you see this looks lighter. This is 10, should be 20. We can keep it like that, or we can do a bit more, 25 and then 25, enter. Now we have more lighter vibrant colors. You can see it really pops off on the light colors, and the dark is slightly lighter but it doesn't pop off as much. But let's get the darker colors. So how we can get rid of these lines is if we go to select and we click on none, and we now have to get the path tool again and repeat but on the bottom. So shift click every time you want to create a new node, and then control click to connect those nodes, and you can just realign them, add, and then we're going to click on colors, which is hue saturation, and now we want to have a that is a lot of hue. See, if we decrease the saturation, it's more grey colored, but we want to make this to minus 20, and we want to make this to positive 20. 20. This looks not that much of a difference, so let's just make this to 30, minus 30, and you can see the difference. We click on OK. We can do split view, but that's not going to do much, so we can click OK, and we're going to select none. And I also want to crop out the bottom because the bottom looks a bit messy. So what we can do is click on the crop tool, if you can find it, crop tool, and we can just crop it just like that, and then press enter, and okay, no, we press Ctrl Z. Oh no, sorry. Okay, let's pull out the crop tool again. So we crop it to how we want it to be. We enter, we press Ctrl X, and then we press Ctrl Z, and then we press Ctrl Z again, and then if we do Ctrl V, we get our colors back. We need to name this in the layers, so we do colors, and what we can do is drag this along here, and we can pull this back here, quickly delete these colors, and we can do this with the eraser tool. Oops. Yep. We erase this, and we get the colors and drag it on top, and now we can center these. So now what we need to do is choose perhaps 2 primaries and then 2 secondaries and 2 accents. How I'm going to do this is actually I'm going to choose 1 primary, and I think a blackish color would look nice. We don't really need to go for these colors, but I think a blackish color would look nice, and we can go for a secondary, and we can go for an accent. So 2 secondaries perhaps and 1 accent, because this isn't really a big website, so the only accents we can have, well actually we can go for 1 secondary, 1 primary and 2 accents. We'll try that, and if that doesn't work, we can go for 1 primary, 2 secondary, 2 accents. So I need to choose my primary color. I think if we want to go for the darkish theme, we'll go for the darkish theme, and we can do that by clicking the color picker, choose this, figure out the HTML code, and before we do that, let's just make it clear this is a dark color, our primary color. So this is our primary. Now we want a secondary, and I'm thinking since our primary color is secondary, we want our primary color is dark, we want to contrast that with lighter colors, and we can do that with the left hand side. So we can choose any colors from here, and I think this either this or a yellow or orange would do. So I'm gonna pick, let's pick and you click on colors. Remember, if you want to pick colors, if you want to pick the colors from here, you have to make sure you select colors, otherwise it's going to come out white. So I'm going to click this yellow color. Actually, I think this yellow would make a good accent color, so I want to click this orange color, this beigey orange color. Click on the brush tool, click on background, and this is going to be our first secondary. And I like to have it, if our theme is black, I like to have our secondary color as white, because then it's nice to have white text on black backgrounds. That's how web developers or any UI UX designer do it. They have white text and black backgrounds rather than having this blue text in the black backgrounds. You can break the rules sometimes, but make sure it does fit with the contrast and complementary theme. So I can't really put in a white because the frame is white. So what I'm going to do now is choose my accent colors, which will be 2 colors. And we can even do 3 colors if you want, because I'll show you why we can do 3 colors. Let's do colors, and I want this yellow to be my first accent color. Click on background, and yeah, I'm gonna click on paint tool. I'm gonna make this my first accent, and then what I'm gonna do now is get my second accent, and I think this bluish color would be nice. Introduce a bit of blue in the website. Get a brush tool, put it against this, and we need to make sure it's like this. And what would be nice if we can get the same blue color but a different shade, and that's why doing the hue saturation thing is good, because if you can see, this blue is fairly close to this blue, so we can have this one darker shade, and this blue is fairly close to these 2 blue, so we can have a purplish blue, a really dark blue, or a slightly lighter blue. But I think if we do this color, actually we can have a third primary color, and I'll show you what I may do with this. So put this here. Now we've got our primary, which is the black. We've got our secondary, which is just beigey orange color, and white, which you can't see, and we've got our 3 accents. So let's get the HTML code for all of these. I mean the hex code. We can do that by clicking U and then copy and pasting. Hold up. Yeah, I've got the right color. Copy and pasting this. You can put this here, and as our secondary colors, you can take this one, copy and paste. And I know, oh crap, I accidentally control C the color. So I know white is FF, so 6 Fs. So accent will be 3 colors. Let's move this out of the way quickly. This yellow, this blue, and finally this lighter blue. You can close this, and now we've got our colors. So let's focus on the primary color now. We can see the primary color being the background, which is pretty much already black, but I'm going to make sure it's the same hex code. I'm going to copy this. Nope. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to go here, and I'm going to change the color of this into that. Don't know why. There you are. See, so if I do Control Z, this is a really pure black. If I do Control Y, we get this grayish black, which isn't too hard on the eye, but it really works with the primary color right now. So let's work on the secondary colors. I can see this text as a secondary color, and this top header, the top navbar. So let's get the white quickly, and let's change the text to this. I'm gonna keep this as it is, and I'm gonna change these navbar into a pure white. And we can break the rules a bit if we do, but like slightly. We can make this slightly off-white if we want to make it off-white, so slightly down if we wanted to. So it's not pure white, but that's a bit too off-white, which is, yeah. So we can do it like that, but for now I'm going to do pure white. I'm pretty sure that's pure, yeah. So we've done our secondary colours. Actually we haven't, we've still got one more, which is this orange colour, I believe it was. I don't know why I copied that every time. So we go for the navbar here, but now let's look at this. Now we have a light navbar with light text in the top. So sometimes if they clash against each other, it's good to have a secondary, two of each, but both of these are light colored. So what we need to do is actually just go for the primary color, because that's the other option we have, because accent won't work, because accent will just be something that you don't really want text to be accent. It should be something that is a second thought. And we'll go to the button now, and we can choose a color. Oh, hold up, before we go to the button we need to work on the SVG. So we're gonna get this orangey color back. Let's do this, and do this. Put them on. And now let's still work on the SVG, but I want to work on this pen quickly to show you why I did 3 accents. So we could just simply do two accents and do it like this. So we can have them both be the same color, just like that. But if you want to add another layer of depth, we can have 2 colors but like a different shade, if you get me. So just like that. So that adds the different layer of depth, because they're basically the same colors but they're different shade. Let's sort out this guy quickly, get the secondary color back. I don't think having the top as this color would be great, because then it interrupts with the painting. So let's try out the primary color, and if the primary doesn't work, we'll try a different type of color. I think the primary does work. You can make out this is a t-shirt from the background, but it just still does work. So I'm gonna pull out this orange color again, put it as the trousers, and would that look good? Let's see why. I think doing it like that is better. Having it white is better than that orange. Now we need to set up the shoes. We'll get the orange again. Actually no, let's try the little details quickly actually. So these dots, make them that color. These perhaps, and get this blue. what we need to do is now the shoes, which we can do pretty much the same blue. Now I'll do the lighter one, see how that looks. Let's try black. No, black won't work, so we'll just keep it this blue. And we've basically got, oh wait, we've got this button to do, and we'll do that as an accent color. Don't think we played with this one yet. No, yeah, we haven't played with the yellow actually, so what we can do is make these yellow instead of that blue. That doesn't work though. Try the shoes. No, that doesn't work either. So we'll just keep the button yellow. So this is the only unique color we'll have here, so there won't be any other yellow we can see, and we can change this to no, sorry. Change the hex value to FFF. That doesn't work. That works. And we've got our design. So I'm gonna quickly drag this along. Control X and press Control Z for bit, and then we're back to oh no. How was it at the start of the video? So let's just grab these. I think this was a greenish color, and then these were brown. Yeah, this was that, and this was blue. Where's blue? Blue. There's blue. Big blue. And this was a red. And this was, let me drop this. This was pure black, and I'm pretty sure that's how we were at the start of the video. So we went from this to a new design, which is way more easier to look at, and it's got more of a structure in terms of color. You can now see how color completely changes the design. It completely changes how appealing it looks. So we've came from a design that looks like a cluster into a design that looks a bit more organized. So I hope this video has helped you out with how to figure out a color palette, a color scheme. If you found this video any sort of value, make sure to subscribe and like. If you got any questions about any of the subjects, make sure to comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.